Shalom. Before we begin, I want to start off by giving all praise and all glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Kakurash. Double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, salutations unto the elect. Alright, today's lesson is going to be on a very important topic. Alright, especially if you're new in here. If you're new in this, if you're a newer brother, this is something that you should definitely write down. I believe you should definitely write down because wisdom and knowledge will be the stability of thy time. All right. Now, pretty much, there's this thing that's called Jacob's trouble that's gonna happen. All right. Now it sounds very scary because it is very scary. It's a very scary thing that the Lord is gonna bring upon this nation. Jacob's trouble. All right. And so let me just get right into it. Jeremiah 30:6. Ask ye now, and see where a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness. Alas, for that day is great, so that is none like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. All right, so it's as asking you, where have you ever seen women, or it's like men, scream like women in birth, in child labor? Because child labor is, it's a very painful thing. You hear women screaming out of pain, out of frightness, out of pain, because it's a whole, child being brought out of them, And, it's asking you, when have you ever seen that happen? Or when have you ever seen, people's face turning white as ghosts, everywhere? And it's telling you right now, this is Jacob's trouble. All right? Jacob's trouble. This is Jacob's trouble. All right? All right, real quick, let me Lucky, my thing is loading in. So I can bear with me. All right, so Jacob's trouble is very real. You're gonna see. There's a lot of movies out there, like The Purge. With those movies like those where movies like those where you see fucking chaos everywhere. In The Purge, it's very spiritual because that's a depiction of how it's gonna happen. These Edomites, these movies, these executive producers, they know then that this is that's how they're planning, that's how they see it, that's how they're planning it, to be like that. That's how they see how it's gonna go down. People dying everywhere. That's some scary shit, man. And you see the in one of the Purge movies, I'm not really too familiar with them, but I'm pretty sure I seen one where the Jake was a survivor, man. It was a Jake. He was a survivor. It was a Jake, and he survived the whole ordeal. I'm pretty sure it was. And if I'm mistaken, Slakia, but I'm pretty sure I saw the Jake. There was a Jake in one of those movies, in one of the Purge movies, where he was the survivor. All right, or he was one of the survivors, because I'm pretty sure they all have multiple survivors. But Khan, that's something that we must go through. And this is why it's very important for me to bring this out. It's very important because we must go through this. All right, we must go through Jacob's trouble, because guess what? He will be saved out of it. Who's he's talking about? He's talking about the elect. All right, the 144,000 who's gonna stand their ground. The 1/3 of the Yasharallah who's gonna stand their ground, and and not bow down to this fucking beast system. All right, who's not gonna take that chip? All right, and it's one thing to say, it's another thing to just do. All right, because we haven't seen that, been in that situation yet. So we pray every day that the Lord gives us a spirit to say hell no to this, to hell with this world, But we must go through it. All right, this is Acts 14:22. Confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must go through much tribulation to enter that. So like too much tribulation, enter into the kingdom of Yahweh. So we have to go through much tribulation. And Jacob's trouble is the ultimate tribulation. All right. Are you really ready for Jacob's trouble? I want you to close your eyes and really imagine this, all right? Dead bodies everywhere. You're stepping on dead body. You're stepping on toes. You're stepping on fingers. Bloody mess everywhere, man. Everywhere, bloody fucking mess. You're fucking running for your life. All right? Check this out. I want to make this testimony real quick. Check this out. I had a dream where I was being chased by something. It was like a group of people, but they were evil motherfuckers. They were evil. I could just feel the evilness. I was terrified. I could feel their evil presence. They were evil, and they were big. They were evil. It was scary. All right, and they were evil people, and I was getting chased, and they were killing people left and right. They were snapping necks. They were asking where I was. They were killing people. They were asking where I was. And I was hidden somewhere, and they couldn't see me. They didn't see me, and they went like another direction. And I was running, and I was running, and I was running, and I was running. I was running through streets. I was running everywhere. Through neighborhoods everywhere. And then as I'm running, I see like what I thought was a meteor or something, fly by me. And then I'm like, oh, and I stop and catch my breath, and I see a meteor pass, and then I'm like, oh shit, that's it's a cool sight, but I wasn't really worried about it. And then I see like 3-4 more just fly by me, and then I look really closely. I'm like, those aren't meteors. Those are not meteors. They look like superheroes. And five of them come down right in front of me, and they all look badass, and they all got their suits on. They look like sick. They look sick. And they're all right there and in front of me, and I'm pleading. I'm like, but Papa Kesha, help me out. These people trying to kill me, and they clean house. They cleaned the whole fucking thing with the snap of a finger, yo. Their eyes had laser beams, and those people that were trying to kill me, in my dream, they had dissolved them. They turned to skeletons. All right. They turned into skeletons, and I believe that was a spiritual dream, man. I believe it wholeheartedly. That was a spiritual dream. Because I believe that dream was preparing me for Jacob's trouble, because that shit was horrifying. That shit was terrible. That shit was horrifying. All right. And my voice is kind of shaky because how scary that shit was, man. That shit was truly horrifying. Slakia. But we're gonna have to go through that. That sets a reminder to you, that you will have to go through this. All right, it's not just something that we're saying. It's not just something that we're saying that's never gonna happen. This shit is going to happen. It must happen. We must go through this, and we have to prevail. All right. We have to prevail. We have to go through this shit. Slakia. But just remembering it, it was scary. Just going through it was. Salakia. Oh. Man, if only you guys would have been there, man. There was such a mix of emotions. It was I was excited. I was terrified. I was scared for my life, And then we have to go through this, though. We have to go through it. It ain't just something we're saying, man. You know? So, like, I don't want to ramble on. I just wanted to share that account real quick. But Salakia. Real quick. I'm going to close it off here. Daniel 12:1. And at that same time, Michael still stand up, the great prince which standeth for all the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. All right, and that goes perfect to what I encounter. I'm not saying, I'm the elect, but, Lord willing, I be delivered. Lord willing, I see you Akim in that, and I strive to be part of that elect. All right. And with that, I'm gonna say, call Allah Yahweh Bashim Ashai. I hope this was uplifting. I hope it was inspiring. I hope you Akim got something out of it. All right. With that, I'm gonna say Shalom.